Happy Sunday and welcome to Blind Talk today with Kimmie. Alan is out today, and what I'd like to be discussing is Cogans Disorder, and that's the eye syndrome that I have that is causing my blindness. And in the last couple of days, I've had a flare. A flare leads to sometimes hearing loss and sometimes more vision loss. Sometimes the vision loss is temporary. Sometimes my eyes fall shut and I can't see at all. And if you were here in the last couple of days, you would have seen me doing a lot of this, which is, I can't see. This is how I read y'all's post. And this is how I read my own book, because in the house it's dark. Behind me I have big boards and I use my mirror so that I can get markers, write myself really big notes. I needed to take my dog outside and I was having extreme sensitivity to light, and so my neighbor saw me like this. And then that was when Alan was leading me and Alan was helping me. That wasn't a day I was practicing. That was a day I couldn't see. And gosh, I think that was the day before yesterday. Yesterday I was having debilitating migraines. They call them ocular headaches, which with getting out of the sunlight, relaxing, staying calm, and basically resting your eyes, those can go away from 30 minutes to an hour and a half. And migraines, I had one last month and I was literally drooling on my pillow. Also something you might see me do is block the light. Let's say I don't want to wear these. I'm going to put on my hat. I love my hat. And this way I'm looking down. I have about, on a normal day, about 2.5 to 3 feet of vision if I'm looking down right in front of me. Which brings me to why I love shoes, and I always notice when someone's got a new pair on, or, oh, I like her shoes. If you know me, you know I love shoes. So that's what I get to see is shoes. And I wanted to read right from here, right from the internet. I'm sorry, I'm not a fancy YouTube channel yet and I have to do things this way. Oh, and I just love when I take off my visor and then look for it. That happens all the time. Right. I'm going to read Cogans Disorder. The exact cause of Cogans syndrome is not well understood. It is thought that the syndrome is caused by autoimmune responses that cause the immune system to attack the tissues of the eyes and the ears. Cogans syndrome is not known to run in families. Diagnosis of Cogans syndrome is based on observation, symptoms associated with the syndrome, and ruling out the possible causes. Okay, and in saying that, some of the things I've been diagnosed with since my eyesight started declining in January 1st of 2020. It was maybe January 2nd, pretty close to it though. Here's another name for Cogans disorder is epithelial basement membrane dystrophy, map dot dystrophy, and Cogans. I've had hearing loss. And recently, yesterday, I feel like I lost, if I was going to give it a number, about 20% of my hearing in my left ear. Something else you might see me with, which I took this out just to show you, keeps my balance right and the pain less in my ears, is I have to wear wax in my ears. So if I put wax in this ear, it helps me keep my balance, and kind of lessens the pain I'm having in my ears when I have headaches and such. So, moving on. Positional vertigo, vestibular vasculitis, ocular headaches, migraine headaches, Meniere's disease, ear pain, tinnitus, photophobia, glaucoma, and beginnings in both eyes. Now, last year they said they saw a little in one, and a few months ago they said they see it now in both. dry eye syndrome. Did you know that was a thing? They have special doctors for dry eyes. And I had it pretty bad. I went 6 months without being able to drop a tear out of my eyes, and then when I did, they burned my skin. So I'm just so grateful to have my tears back. I'm kind of an emotional person. It's the way that I express my feelings. I guess you say I wear it on my sleeve, but moving on. In the last few days, I've been in a lot of pain. I'm kind of fighting a bit of that migraine headache now. And somebody on a support group that I have joined on Facebook posted something this morning, and it really hit me because in the last 3 days I'm at home. I'm inside my home. No one sees me using my flashlight, wearing glasses in the house, and wearing my hat, blocking myself from even the light from the kitchen. And so when I step out and I'm going somewhere, when I feel better, they see the girl who's going blind, partly sighted, partly blind, hanging out with a blind guy. And so you think, oh, well, she can see some. I can see some. I'm grateful for that. Sometimes I can see some. And if I look just right, sometimes I can see a little more. But I have some tunnel vision that goes straight out of my right eye. I do not have peripheral or depth perception, which is why I use my white cane, which is most important to mention. It was one of the hardest decisions of my life, making that decision to use a cane and feeling so young. 50, feeling so young, too young to, and I tried to get around without one, and this is what I look like. I try to be cool and use one hand. Doesn't matter what I do, people see that she needs help, get out of her way. So instead of straining my eyes to get it all done myself, I use a cane, and that has prevented me from having falls, and it keeps me balanced. It helps me. I don't know what I'd do without it. A white cane, and deciding to use a white cane is a really big decision at the beginning of going blind, and it's a personal decision, I think, for everyone when they've decided it's that time. And that's why my cane training is important to me. The last couple of days, I haven't been able to see. I can see the sunlight if it passes me, it comes in front of me. I can see that much, but I couldn't see. And so it's nice to go to the park on a nice day when I'm feeling well and practice walking down the sidewalk, but it's a completely different thing when you can't see. And I'm walking my dog and I'm walking down the sidewalk, and Alan's helping me stay straight. I really appreciate him. From an acquaintance named Henry Forey, who has a Facebook page named Not That Sick. I have joined recently, and I asked him if I could share this today, and he said that I could. So here we go, from Henry Forey. Pain also has a multitude of causes, from pre-existing conditions to acquired conditions. Some get more attention than others. A person with a physical outward appearance injury gets asked, does it hurt? But people with conditions such as fibromyalgia, multiple sclerosis, or even emotional pain is not afforded the same courtesy. Please check out Henry's page. It's definitely a wonderful support group and a great platform just to be honest, ask questions, hear thoughts, because collectively as the blind, we need to support one another. And that's what we have these days, is we have YouTube, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have TikTok. Depending on what it is you're wanting to share, there's a platform for everybody now. When I first started reaching out to say, okay, now that I'm not as sick as I was and I have this under control, my body's got this under control. I'm managing what I have on my plate. Then I started doing research, and you know what my doctors told me? That the most important thing that I could do was live a healthy lifestyle.